Alright guys, here is part 2 to the Kegerator video where you see the really good stuff happen, so follow along. We don't need it right there, but I'll leave it in there. Let me get the wet and dry. We'll suck all this stuff up. Alright, inside is clean. Okay, so, alright, at this point, what goes on next? Let's put our top pieces on. And then figure out what we got to do. Those. Well, and I got these little rubber things in here. What does their little sheet say? Black PVC coated cap. For what though? It doesn't state. These right there. Doesn't show what they go on. So yeah, we're just gonna have to run with that. And I'm thinking, so we got the wrench here. These go on to the kegs, so we'll set those over here out of the way. I'm looking to see if there's any other hardware. And there's not. We got our worm clamps, and we've got more hose. So we didn't use those screws, so we don't need those. Alright, so we got that, we got our worm clamps, we got 2 pieces of hose, and I'm guessing, these are going here. And is there a way to tighten these? Oh, yeah. Okay, so on the end of this tool that comes with it, right here you'll see, right here there's a little nipple sticking off of it. You can put that, kind of like a can opener, right here, and that'll attach to where you see me pointing. Let me move my camera up. And that way you can tighten that down. Of course, I guess we're going to find out if we have any leaks. I would have liked to, I guess it don't matter. That way, that way. I probably could have shifted this a little more that way, but it is what it is now. I'm wondering if these here are meant to go over this when you're not using it. That would be my guess. Genius. Okay, so we have that, we have that. We'll go ahead and turn our switch back on. And okay, so at this point we need to go from these two hoses right here are going to go to the regulator. And the two lines that are coming out of here are going to go onto this. This is what attaches to the top of the keg. So we have looks like two different types of fittings. I'm trying to figure out what is what. I'm going to throw that hose back in the box there. Alright, so we've got okay. The one fitting goes on the top here. The other one goes on the side here. One is for gas coming in. The other one is for beer flowing out. There is a relief valve here. And it does state on here, if you can read it right there, it says gas in. But it doesn't say delicious beer out. Alright, so we know the gas goes in on that side, and the top will screw into the tower pieces. Alright, so let's take our stuff off the top here. Let's get our hoses. We'll just pull them outside here, and then we'll figure out what's what. Alright, so got that. Okay, so I can still read my marks left and right. Okay, so the left one we know is going to go to, I believe the 35K. Yes, that's going to be the 35K. This one here will be the Elliott Ness. Alright, so we want to put that up there. We'll bring our pieces back over. Now, it does ship with worm clamps. However, I don't know if I have the right fittings, or the right size fittings. And the worm clamps are fine. I mean, this is only going to be, like I said, about 12 psi, so it's not a tremendous amount of pressure, and I don't think it's going to blow it off. But one thing you can use are what's called Oetiker clamps, and those will fit. Okay, and an Oetiker clamp looks like that, and it comes with a tool to crimp them on. Now the positive side of that is they ain't coming off. Okay, yeah, you can cut them off, you know, with a pair of side cuts, but honestly they're kind of a pain once you put them on, but they're not going to blow off. So that is the positive side of that. The negative side of that is like I said, if I start making beer, these aren't going to work on the corny kegs. So, you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and use the worm clamps for now, and hopefully they're decent enough. I was gonna say decent enough quality. What's missing? The worm drive part. Okay, so it should be like that. All right, well, 2, 4, 5. I may need to go in search of, or just use the Oetiker clamps on the pressure gauge. Yeah, that's too funny, man. Too funny. Throw that down in the box. All right, so we need to figure out what valve goes where, or does it even matter? I don't know. So this one here has a washer of some sort that goes in like that. I don't know. I don't know which one's which, guys. Where'd that drawing go? Because I don't think the other one has that. Okay. Okay, well, process of elimination here. So we've got this fitting that's got this little rubber thing right there, like that, and you can blow through it. All right. That is going to the gas side because the other fitting is this with a barb fitting, and it's just got a regular washer. This is the piece here that goes on top of this. All right, so we're going to put that in there. That in there. Nope, it's not going to go that way. We'll put that there. We'll put that there, and it'll create a seal. Okay, so then grab our left one. Put a clamp on. Oh, that's going to be easier said than done. We'll put that up on the top. We'll put this bolt through. Trying to keep it on there. Might have to heat that up. Man, that is tough going in there. I mean, I suppose I could put it on there. Yeah, you see me struggling with this. Holy cow. That is a tight fit, man. It's getting there. That is definitely a tight fit. Trying to get that all the way down in there. I got just a hair more. what that's going to have to do, guys. Yeah, I did turn it back on. Since we're done drilling. Okay. So then that would go through there like that. That goes through there. And then you have your worm clamp. And where did I put my screwdriver? Okay, so that is clamped on. Then you have a washer that goes in here just like on your faucet for your hose, garden hose. This goes down on the top. And I think, whoops, we can use our wrench here to tighten that down. Okay, that is tight. Okay, and this lever here, you do have to pull this up, pull the handle out to pull it up, not down. Okay, so good to know. All right, so we know this other one goes on to the regulator. And so if this goes here like that, I'm guessing that's going to sit like this. So you have your barb part here. It's going to go through, and then this piece right here fits over this, and then you'll screw it onto the regulator. Let's see. Get the regulator around here. Okay, so it does have some washers. Does that have you zoomed in? No, zoom out. Okay, this does have some washers attached to it. We'll do this last because I don't want to have this thing dangling around in the air. Okay, so it just shows that other piece of hose coming into here and being clamped off. And then it doesn't show in the picture. No. Okay, well yeah, it does, kind of, sort of. On this piece right here, this one here goes down into there. And that gets tied on. So then you'll just have your other section of hose is going to go from the regulator into here. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten this one down. Okay, then we can, of course we got to do two of these. Where did I put my side cuts? I'm gonna leave the Oetiker clamps out because I'll pause here in a sec. I'm gonna go see if I've got another little tiny worm clamp because we may or may not need it. So is the anticipation building or what? All right, I'm not going to worry about the worm clamp for now because we have the other end open. Get this one, see if we can get this one on here. Okay, that one's down. This one tight, screwed down. Then we'll move to the next one. Okay. When you're putting your worm clamps on, don't go all He-Man on them because they'll just strip out and then you're gonna get really aggravated. So, okay, so we got that in there, this part here, where my finger is, will go on to the CO2 tank. And this is how you adjust your pressure, and you can turn your gas on and off to each individual one. I don't know. I guess you can set the pressure for each side. The gauges are different though, so I don't know, man. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Okay, so we've got this first one. This one's done. I may not need the other clamps because I only need 4 worm clamps, and I do have 4. All right, so let me get me a drink here real quick, and I'll be back. Okay, back. All I did was I got a bucket and I made up a couple stickers left and right so I can put them onto these Sankey, Kanky, whatever those things called valves. I was kind of going over the instructions for hooking up the regulator and the procedure. Excuse me. You know, for hooking that thing up. The instructions here, are kind of lacking, but this valve here, if the handle is up, it pulls this assembly up, and then when it's down, it goes down. So I'm guessing that when it's in the up position, it is disengaged, so to speak, so it's off, and not opening up the tank, your keg. So that's my guess on that. It doesn't really state in the instructions. So, all right, so now we've got these 2 pieces left for the thingamajiggy there. So we're going to go ahead and put those on. Wrong. Did I do that right? Yeah. Gas in. So this one goes into the gas inside. Tighten that one up. Okay, so that's on. We'll go ahead and put this line on. Boy, I mean, they're barbed fittings, so I don't think we're going to have an issue of them coming back off. Go ahead and put our worm clamp on. Well, it is shaping up to be a nice day here in southeastern Indiana. I got the door open, the garage door's up. It's, I don't know, 50 something outside. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this thing on. Okay, that's good and tight. And then we want to put this hose on. Yeah, we're good. Boy, really got to push these things down there, which is good though. Good tight seal. Okay, we'll tighten this one down. Okay. All right, so those are on. Those are on. We need to, attached to the regulator were these two like nylon washers. And I think one is a spare. And it doesn't state in the instructions, but I believe, I'm a betting man, it goes there. Right there. Alright, so we've got our right side. Let's go ahead and put our sticker on, just so we know. Close enough. All right, so they're labeled left and right. Let's get some stuff off of here. I think I am going to be short a worm clamp. And I said I was going to look for that when I paused this, and I totally spaced it. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 6. So hold on a second. Let me see if I can round up one. Alright, I found one of these. It's a hair bigger, but should fit. So we've got the right side here. Now, back to this regulator. Okay, so this controls your on and off gas to each tank. I don't know which one is left and right. They are not labeled. So this controls your gas pressure, and you got to turn it counterclockwise all the way out. Okay, so this is all the way out that way. And according to what I did read, the standard is like 12 psi. On this one here, the outer red, get in here, see if it's focusing. They're in 2 degree increments. So we're going to shoot for right above the 10 there, that 12. This gauge over here, I'm not exactly sure what that is, because the PSI is like 500, 1,000, 1,500. You know, and if I'm pushing 12 PSI to these tanks, there is no way it's ever going to get that high. The inside is marked as bar, so, but I have nothing to go by on that, so we'll figure that out, Ted. All right, let's put our little coupler worm clamp on here, and I'm going to go with this one here. Alright, I think that's on. And I'm sure this knob is going to break right off, but we'll give it a whirl. I forget what those came in. But when I get extra parts, I always throw them somewhere. Then never can find where I threw them. Let's back that down a little bit. Kind of like right in the center of that barb. Okay, that one's on. Let's do the other side. Okay, so that one's on. And we're going to do this side. Okay, yeah. Kind of confused myself there for a minute. Let's get this over here. Okay, that one's on. Where did I put my screwdriver again? Oh, gee. Get all these parts here. And let's hope we don't have any leaks. Sorry. I'm blocking your view here. Okay, let's hope that that is tight enough. Alright, now we need to move this stuff out of the way temporarily. And it does say in the instructions here, to use thread tape on the CO2 tank. Thought I read that. I know when we had the coffee shops and we used CO2 for our pop, soda, Coke, whatever, and we used nitrogen for our cold brew, I never used thread tape on the tanks. So that is a new one on me. However, what we're going to do is we're just going to open this up. Let it rest on the wall there. We have our right one, left one, and then we have our tank here. So let's get over. I'm going to have to reposition you guys so you can see. I'm just taking the cap off. Okay, cap is off. Let me get you down here so you can see. Hopefully you can see down in there. Okay, I think you're seeing what I'm seeing. And we've got our tank here. I need that seal. I'm guessing that goes in here. I really don't know, guys. It doesn't state. So we're going to go ahead and put that on. Maybe. As I drop that down inside there. Oh, okay. Honestly, guys, I don't know where those go. I'm kind of confused on that. But we'll try it. I'm trying to position these tanks so I can get these threads started. Okay. What do I do with that wrench? Ah, it's in my pocket. Okay, that's on there tight. All right. Trying to position my screen so I can see. All right. So we have these in here. Let's go ahead and, well, we're going to go ahead and put these on the Sankey decouplers. So let's go over here, and we're going to, there's a little cap on top here. Take the cap off. Now the way these work, and I did Google it real quick, up is the off position, and if you notice, they're kind of threaded here at the bottom. So you basically just push them down in here, turn them till they lock. Okay, so that's good and locked. And then you pull this handle, you just push the handle down. And I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a little beer coming up. All right, so let's put this one on. Well, that thing has some charge in it. Okay. So we've got definitely beer coming out of the Great Lakes. It's starting to fill up the line. All right. Okay, guys, here we go. Here's the fun part. Okay, I'm going to slowly turn this gas on. I do have the valves shut off going to the tanks. I've got a leak. All right, so I'm wondering where those washers go. I'm guessing they don't go in there. So let's take this back off. And maybe these nylon bushings, maybe they go to something else. I really don't know. I'm just guessing because the instructions do not state. Okay, it's turned on. Am I getting a gas leak? I'm definitely leaking. But where's it leaking from? Kind of feels like it's... Huh. Okay, guys. I'm confused where it's leaking from. That wrench is not cutting it. I don't know if this is big enough. Yeah, it is. See if we can figure out where this leak's coming from. Okay, what are we missing here, guys? Maybe I do need to put some thread sealant on there. I'll grab me a little bit of Teflon tape. Okay, I wish the instructions were a little more clear about where those things go. Where did I set that? If that goes there, and this goes on here, I don't know, man. That something ain't make sense with that. We'll try it again. I do have thread tape on here. That's on there pretty tight. What is leaking? I swear it feels like it's leaking from around the handle. It does. I think it's leaking from around the valve. Okay. We're going to put some thread tape on this one and see if it's doing the same thing. And if it is, then I will take that tank back. Okay, so we got thread tape on there. I'm going to take this one back off. We'll hook it up to this one. See what it does. And hopefully it's the tank and not this regulator. Okay, that is on there tight. Let's see here. I'm not hearing it leak. Okay, so I think we got a bad valve on that one. Okay, so this tank, okay, so this left one here where I'm pointing, let's see if I can get you down in here. This one here is showing your tank pressure, okay, that's inside the tank here. This one here is going to be your pressure going to your taps. Alright, so let's turn this knob clockwise. Start getting some pressure in here. Okay, so there we go. We're at 10. We're at 12. Alright guys, we're at 12, man. We're making some progress here. Okay, so now at this point we are ready to pull some beer. So if I had a cap, we could cap this one here and see, and it sounded like as I was opening this valve here that it was leaking. You know, it would leak, not leak, leak, not leak. So I think you guys caught that on camera. All right, so let's close our lid. Make sure nothing is binding or hitting. All right, seal this lid is shut. Let's get our drip tray, which, like I said, we need to modify, and that's going to sit there just like that. Let me angle you guys back up. Trying to, left is right, right is left, I don't freaking know. Okay, and courtesy of my boy, when he went to Hawaii, him and Amber, got me a nice glass. And I have a bucket here. Okay, so let's do the 35K first. Oh, you know what we forgot to do? Durr! Wait a minute, did we engage those? Oh, you know what we didn't do is we didn't turn on the gas. These valves right down here, hopefully you're seeing that, right there. We gotta open these up. Alright, so we got beer going up. Whoa! Why are we getting beer coming out of there? Oh, Okay, because they were on. Hold on, man. I'm making a holy hell mess. All right. Put some paper towels there. Some paper towels there. Lift our lid back up. Open these valves. Okay, that one's not leaking. Let's open the other valve. And that one's not leaking. Ooh, doggy. Okay, now this should work, guys. We'll just leave our paper towels there for the time being. All right, so we're coming over here. We're going to pour a beer. Okay, so the handle back is off, forward is on. All right, so let's turn it on. And I did read that you will get a lot of foam to begin with. But let's open our lid and double check. Make sure we're still at 12. Actually it's dropped down to 10, 9, 8. Okay, so now we're at 12. We're back to 12. And I've never messed with one of these before, so, and maybe this is normal. I know when I was messing around with my beer making, had to let it sit for a bit and let the head come down, and that's what it's doing now. But let's taste it. That is some good stuff. Good stuff. All right, I'm going to pause you a sec so I can go in the house and get another glass, and we'll do the other side. So hold on a sec. I'll tell you right now, that's even better draft out of the 6-barrel than it is out of the cans. Okay, so this is the Elliott Ness. Oh, we definitely got a lot of foam there. I guess I could try, but let's take a peek again here real quick. See what our PSI is back at. Okay, so we're still sitting at 12. So that's good. We might have to let this one sit or something. Because, I mean, that's like solid foam, guys. I don't know. I mean, I'll dork around with that. I may have to kick the pressure down because, like I said, it's at 12 now. So I may go back. I may go down to 10 and see how that works. But now the 35K is, you know, still got a little bit of a head on it, which is good. It's looking good. Oh, that is tasty. Dark, rich, a little sweet. That is good. So I'm going to have to let, I don't know, maybe I gotta let this settle down for a bit, which I think I'll do. But let's take this aside. We'll take our little tray off. Like I said, I gotta shimmy that thing up, which I'll do off camera. And let's take a gander. Actually, let's set this bucket up here for a minute. We'll run this out a sec and see if that's any better. Tastes good. Tastes real good. Tastes better in the cans or the bottles. Yeah, I have to play with that. I don't know. Seems like an awful lot of foam. But experimentation. We'll figure it out. Okay, so let's open her up so you guys can see what all is down in here. And hopefully I don't kick them valves on. No. All right. So there you go. I'll get behind here. Okay, so we've got the 35K. We've got the Elliott Ness. We've got our tanks. You can see the pressure. It's sitting at about right at 12. Okay, and no leaks. I don't hear anything hissing. And that's it, guys. We are good to go. I will take this tank out here in a little bit, throw that back in the car, drop by the place tomorrow and exchange that for another tank. But yeah, I think we're in business. I'll have to get a soapy towel and wipe down the back of this thing because I had that beer shoot down the side. But I will let, I typically don't drink beer too much in the afternoon anyway, so I will drink what I've got there. Alright, so there we go. Now, what we can do is use these little booty things. That way you don't have stuff dripping all over. Finish it off. And there you have it, guys. One complete kegerator system. You gotta love it. So, I mean, the only, I think my only screw up kind of was the tower there. I've got it kind of to the left a little bit more. I should have, done it to the right, which I can probably adjust that and fix it. I ain't too worried about it. So next up will be, I want to decorate this thing up. So I'm thinking about some vinyl, putting some vinyl on it, and on the face of it at least, maybe getting some beer stickers. I'm going to reach out to Against the Grain and Great Lakes Brewing and see if they can give me some bling, some stickers. I would definitely love to see if I can get some tap handles for these two. Now you can see here, here is the Elliott Ness. It is an amber. It's a lager, so it's just in the bottles. I never drink it out of the bottle, so it always looked darker than what it really was. But you can see that it has a nice amber color, and then Against the Grain is almost black. So that head is coming down. I will play with that. I'm just going to let this thing sit for the afternoon, not mess with it anymore. I will obviously not waste awesome beer. But yeah, guys, sweet, man. This is just sweet. I've wanted to do this forever and just never got off my butt and did it. So now that I have this operational, I have to, kind of pretty up the wall behind there, make it look nicer, put a poster of something, I don't know. But there you guys have it, man. We have a kegerator. So let's kind of go over the costs. I think the tower was like $150. I'll put a link in the description. The Inkbird was $35. I will put a link for that in the description for the non-Wi-Fi version. And we kind of went over the settings, but if you have a question, you can just holler at me. I'll tell you what I got mine set to, which my temperature is set to 39. And the difference between them, I got set 3 degrees. So 42, it kicks back the compressor back on. And at 36, it would kick on the heat lamp if I had the heat lamp in there. But like I said yesterday, my garage is no colder than 50 degrees, so I'm not too worried about that. Kitty cats are in here. I keep them kind of warm, even with their fur coats and pillows and blankets and all that good stuff. But So that was $35, $150 for the tower, $185. I can't remember what I paid for the freezer itself, but I've seen these things on Marketplace for like $50. And if you got a bigger one, you could actually get half barrels. But if I got a half barrel and put it in here, I wouldn't have room for anything else. So I didn't want to go that route. I could possibly put another tap on here and put a third one. I think I can fit another 1/6 in there. So we're at, what did I say, 185, I don't know, say $50. It's $200, you know, if you got to use one of these freezers. What else did I have to buy? Well, obviously you're going to have the cost of the beer. That's going to vary based on where you live and what you're drinking. Let's see, what else? What else do we need to cover? I think that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, all in all, like I said earlier, you know, your cost-wise, I was kind of disappointed that it worked out that the Elliott Ness was, it worked out to be more expensive to buy a 6 keg versus buying the bottles. But, you know, when you factor in the convenience factor and everything, it's right here, and I'm not, you know, filling up my garbage can with beer bottles and, you know, crap like that. So, I guess from an environment standpoint, it's a win-win. But, and, oh, I did want to say that, this not going to harm your freezer whatsoever, you know, by setting your cycle time to like 5, which is the default I think on this, because these things are designed to kick on and off, on and off. I've just left mine on a high, that way it cools it down quicker. But honestly, this thing doesn't really seem to be kicking on and off a whole lot. It maintains pretty steady temperature. And that's it. I don't want to ramble on. We've got it done from start to finish. I think I pretty much covered everything. There is an instruction booklet that tells you the procedure you should follow right here when you disconnect your thing, but obviously you're going to shut the main valve off to your tank, then you're going to shut this big valve, you're going to shut the little valves off going to your tanks, and then you're going to turn this one here in the center, where my finger is pointing at right there. You're going to turn that one counterclockwise all the way out. And that will kill your pressure. So that's it, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. We've got a working tap system now, and life is good. So I will see you guys on the next video, and I hope you got something out of this. And if you have any suggestions or anything like that, leave me something in the comments. Have a good one.